Hey everyone, so today as you can see I'm going to do a makeup tutorial and this is like a pop of color and I'm using the Juvia'S palette, one of their palettes, and I'm also going to take the color Katsina, which is this brown matte shade, as a transition color, and then I'm going to add Jamila, which is this matte orangey burnt orange shade. It is so beautiful and pigmented. I'm using that in the outer corner. And for my lid, the pop color I chose is Kia. It's kind of this turquoise and it has like specks of like brown. It is so pretty on the eyes, and I feel like it looks really nice with brown eyes. And to make it a little bit smoky, I did use Chad, which is the matte black shade. In the palette, it actually looks really dark, but when you put it on the eye, it's really subtle, so I really had to pack it in. So it just depends how deep you want it to be, but yeah, I kind of like that. And then after I used the Inglot gel eyeliner, this is one of my favorites, but unfortunately it was super dry, so I gave myself a cat eye. I was still able to make a cat eye, but you could tell like it's really light. And I just blended it out. And I also added my Wet n Wild Mega Liner just to intensify the black, because you know me guys, I really want a really deep eyeliner. I want it super black, super intense, and just for my eyes, I feel like I just look better with eyeliner. And for lashes, I'm using these beautiful Illustrious lashes in the style Illustrious, a beautiful line. And I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is in the shade 270, which is a little bit darker, but I still work with it. I love this foundation. And to highlight, I'm using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD in Y23. This is super light, you guys, so they have a lot of shades, so you could choose whatever shade you want, but I just got it super light. Sometimes I mix it because it can be too bright, but today I really wanted a bright under eye. It just depends on what you want. And also I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime in the color Radiant Rose, which I probably could have used this by itself because it's really bright, but I use it all over my face, a little bit under my eye, on the bridge of my nose, my chin, and my forehead. But today I wanted that intensified highlight. And for bronzer, to contour my face, I'm using the Shade and Light palette, one of my favorite, and my favorite shade in this palette is Shadow Play, which is the middle shade. And sometimes I do intensify it with Subconscious, and just to make it a little deeper, but that's usually the shade that I go for. But it's one of my favorite contour shades. It's super blendable. I absolutely love it. I'm almost out, and I'm so happy because they actually give this to you individually now in Sephora. And I'm sorry if you guys hear stuff in the background, but do you see my kids? They just went in my closet. They're like playing hide and seek. And I also put that under my chin, on my forehead, and for my nose, I actually use the gray undertone in that palette, which is Sombre, and I like to use that because it looks like as a shadow, you know, gives you like that shadow effect, and it doesn't look so intense. And for blush, I think I use Melba for blush, really subtle matte shade. And today I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill in Prosecco Pop, one of my faves. You could obviously tell I've used it a lot, but I haven't used it in a while. Forgot how much I loved it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, my kids. I'm always telling them not to get in, like, you know, my videos, but they obviously don't listen. And I'm sorry for if you hear someone coughing in the background. And then I also put it on my nose, the bridge of my nose. It'll never get old. I just love the way it looks, and it just I think it enhances your nose contour as well when you put it there, and of course the Cupid's bow. And I'm just putting some on my lower lash line, putting the Katsina, Jamila, and then I also put Chad. But I just blend all those colors together. Everything I put on my eyes, I just put on my bottom lash line. So as you can see, where I put Chad, I just put it on like the outer corners of my eye. I don't go all the way in. And then I put some mascara on my bottom lash line and also on the top, just to blend in with my lashes. I love to add is eyeliner. After I'm done with everything, I just like to touch up my eyeliner because, you know, sometimes it just kind of gets light because of like all the powder I use, and I do that for myself and for my clients. And I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime, my favorite to set my makeup with. I just love the way it looks. I've used a lot, and this is my favorite. And look at me, I'm like, oh, my collarbone showing, gotta put some highlight on it, just being extra like always. And for my inner corners, I'm actually using this Makeup Forever. It's kind of like a powder, and it's super beautiful. It's my favorite thing. It's very similar to something MAC has. I think it's called Nylon, but it's really beautiful for the inner corners. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills in color Crush on my lips, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you later.